Good morning. It is before noon on Saturday, August, I think it's the 17th. I don't know if you can tell. I'm still not taking the time to look after you know, my beauty regime. Not that it matters because I don't care really. But I know that in order to be taken seriously, I better start getting myself into professional mode, because I want to start posting the serious and professional content that I want to start gearing my life toward. I do want to offer some personal stuff some from time to time, and maybe some advice from a old girl like me who's um, going to soon be extinct in the Canadian society if the current wave of globalist agenda takes hold in Canada, like it has in other countries throughout the world, and exterminates the born Canadians that have been accustomed to a certain way of living. You know, the way it works all the time in countries that are not prepared for it is the new rulers come in and they eradicate everything that was to create a more pliable environment for their agenda. And I think that's a transition that might be happening here in Canada. It certainly looks that way. I know that as a Catholic girl, I'm not allowed to pray in the streets. I'm not. There are bubble zones everywhere for us. We're allowed 2-3 days a year to demonstrate for life values that Canadian Catholics are supposed to be allowed to have. You know, our values were supposed to be entrenched and part of the Canadian Human Rights Act back before Mr. Pierre Trudeau changed our constitution and added lots of loopholes for semi trucks to drive through. Unfortunately, Canadian truckers aren't allowed to drive through much of anything, not unless they play ball with the new regime that Mr. Pierre Trudeau's little boy has let's say, given a free pass to. You know, I find it odd that there are people, carrying on in downtown Toronto like they have a right to intimidate the people around them. When he was arresting, and right now, Tamara Leach, isn't she on trial for, what was it, a misdemeanor? And she was jailed. Canadian people, please. Think about it. Watch real news. Don't watch CBC. You know, they're upset. They're really upset because you know what? They've been caught. Hand in the cookie jar. You know, you follow the money, you know where you're going. Anyway, I was in Toronto at a doctor's appointment. I had to take the LRT because I'm too weak. But I'm thinking I might be able to get my feeding tube, and I'm feeling more comfortable now. And I'm starting to learn this stuff, and I think it's important that I share what I know. I don't care if you really subscribe to my channel, because it's not about subscriptions really for me. I want to direct my audience, if there is one, and the people that I interact with on Twitter, or excuse me, it's not Twitter, it's X. Google, whoever is running Google, please. Let's try to, you became successful, your company may have been one of the first. Mr. Gates, his company, Microsoft, might have been one of the biggest. I don't know what's what. But the fact of the matter is, Everybody's expendable. You're a technology organization that has been used to enslave a lot of people and to alter freedom throughout the world. Do you think really that your freedom is protected when you've made sure that the freedom of the average individual isn't protected because you're in cahoots? I think. I could be wrong. But I think the laws of America and most of the world that really practices law and order, or is supposed to be practicing law and order, I'm looking to the UK right now, just saying, perhaps you have to prove that you're not doing something when you're accused of it. I'm not accusing you. I'm just suggesting it's possible. And I know that there are really smart people out there that can prove something if they wanted to. I'm just calling on people of good commerce who's actually commerce, who, I know I don't sound very smart because I'm really malnourished. And I've been through hell, with the cancer and the end stage of the autoimmune disease that the government gave me, I believe. But I don't know. I've got an awful lot in common with Vietnam vets as far as autoimmune illness, and I know for a fact I was exposed to Agent Orange, Agent Purple, and DDT before they were. So I could prove it. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of people. I could prove a lot of stuff that I've got to say. When I'm speaking from proof, you'll know it. That's you, Government of Canada and the DND. Anyway, back to the truth that I found on YouTube and the truth that's being preserved, I believe, on X, thanks to Elon Musk, who really, I know, say what you will, believe the lie so you can be comfortable. Because truth sometimes makes us uncomfortable, but the truth will set you free and the people that you love free. So start looking into the crap that people are telling you. See whether or not it's actually true. Democrats, come on. There was this woman the other day. She was featured, I can't even remember what show it was, but it's one of the ones that I like to watch. That she was a Democrat who was disillusioned by Biden. But now all of a sudden she's really happy because even though she doesn't know anything about what Kamala Harris has to say, she's going to vote for her because she's a woman. Because that's the kind of mentality that the Democrats have counted on for a long time and are counting on again. But you know what? Smart black people, God bless you. Live Nation, or Live Nation, I love you. You've been awakened, my darling. There's a guy here in Canada. His name was Aryan Nation. I don't know if I don't see him very often. He was on Frontline Media back in the day. I have a lot of people that I love and endorse, and I want to do that now because that's what this channel is going to be about, just to direct people to sources that I have. Now, if you want to, I'm just going to pause for just a second.